All right.
I don't know what's his sourdough. That's like that could be made with white flour, right? But it's probably not white bread.
Welcome to the white bread stream. I mean, that's kind of true.
That's the truth.
As I say,
No
it's
fiber.
kind of true. This is on the Stick After Dark. I'm Joe Drilling, and I'm playing Mullet Mad Jack tonight.
I mean, wheat bread. I had frosted mini wheats for breakfast. I'm fibered
You're
up.
fibered up.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Your digestive tract will thank you. That's Eric Allen, whose digestive tract will thank him. Kurt Adams' digestive tract is not happy at all, though.
I mean, it's fine.
You drank all this water, plus you chat like 15 times yesterday.
Are we actually live? I don't
Yes.
see it on YouTube.
Should be. I show that we're live. Try refresh. Excellent connection, in fact.
I have refreshed multiple times. There it is.
There we are. There it is.
Took a moment.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna push it to Discord though too, so people can watch in real time and hear the good ass like synthwave music here in the Discord. So, also Mike Ailes is here. I don't know how his digestive tract is feeling, but I'm gonna assume it's good.
It was an open revolt recently.
Oh no!
I was gonna say, how many times did you shit yesterday?
No, we're under control now.
Okay. I had the same thing you did, I think.
A stomach flu?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I went home early on Tuesday and then yesterday, or on Monday and then yesterday. I was just sweating and shitting all day long. It's really great.
I had that in March. I know, except I was doing both ends were active. It was really great. It was awesome. Anyways, this is Mullet Mad Jack.
That's not accurate.
So I had a hell of a day today, though.
Yeah. Well, at least you didn't
Yeah.
shit like 15 times. So
It's true, but I'm coming off of that, and then I had a
Don't do
busy
that.
day at work, and I got my furniture today, and I got my knives, and my third attempt at this microwave that is supposed to be good, that
Everything's coming
I
up.
had two show up that didn't work.
Yeah.
So
How hard is it to microwave?
I don't know, pretty hard, I guess. I don't know. Every microwave is apparently garbage nowadays.
That's true of a lot of appliances these days.
My grandmother had the same microwave my entire childhood, but we can't keep one for more than 5 or 6 years. It's bad.
Yeah, I
Anyways.
still have the microwave we were given when we were married.
Mm-hmm.
It still worked just fine. And that is
Well,
many,
if you have to buy
many
a modern microwave, Kurt, it'll probably only last for about 6 years.
Yep. Oh, I'm aware.
I'm not sure why I can't hear the sound on the Discord stream, but
I can.
oh, there it is.
I'm gonna say there is a volume control. So I guess the recommended. I'll start at the. Excuse me, default.
Do the recommended
The
start.
recommended start.
You don't got to be a fancy guy. They recommended that start just for you.
That's true, but this says for FPS, for veteran FPS players, and I mean, I've been playing FPSs since Wolfenstein 3D, so I think that qualifies me, but yeah, I'll start.
You were in the first FPS wars.
It's true. So yeah, I played this a little bit during Next Fest, but obviously it was only a demo, and it's finally out, and it seems good, but I haven't played, this is my first time playing the full version of this game, so... The world is ruled by super rich AI robots called robillionaires.
That makes sense to me. I think that was the thing that really hooked me in the demo.
Robillionaires?
Uh-huh.
I mean, it does tell you everything you need to know about the attitude of the game.
Yeah. I like that his
License plate
is angrier, yeah.
Seems like something that you would put in Mad Jack 2. It would be angry in this game and then angrier in the next game.
Yeah, right.
Why is the person reading not able to say this with a straight face?
Would you be able to read these lines with a straight face, Mike?
Absolutely. I'm always deathly serious.
5-star hostage right there.
I love that his car is like a combination of Kazuya's motorcycle, or not Kazuya, Kaneda's motorcycle, and like the car from Road Avenger, that FMV Laserdisc arcade game from Data East that was also on the Sega CD. It's like those two things had a baby, and it's Mullet Mad Jack's car. I also like the game is advertised as an OVA FPS.
The red racer car.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like red, like that is like the generic 80s sports car.
Yeah, but the Road Avenger car had like the big block engine with the cutout in the hood like that. That's why I guess that's why I feel like that's what it's like.
I like that it has a braking system designed to tear up into
Yeah,
structure.
yes, absolutely.
In this game, they would call it fuck structure.
Delicious life soda.
That's a bonus life soda.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Did the game not show you your time?
It shows it once it gets low, I think.
I seem to remember that from the demo.
Hey moderator, it's official. We're now on live stream. We're putting the audience's love into your
I mean, fair.
Oh, here we go. It's because I wasn't on the timer yet.
sweet, sweet flavor of those lights. You now have 10 seconds of life. For every kill, the audience will give you more time to live. But if you force the audience not killing anything, they will let you die after 10 seconds. Ready? Go moderate these damn robots!
Now this is moderating.
There's so many video games out right now.
There are so many video games out right now.
Name one.
This one.
Mullet Mad
Mullet
Jack.
Mad Jack.
How about Crow Country?
Yeah, you played through that, right?
I did. I played through that yesterday.
In
while I was
between
sick.
shitting?
In between shitting, yeah. I laid in bed and played Crow Country on
So
my...
he has a Steam Deck. He doesn't even have to wait in between.
That's
It's
true.
true.
Just multitask.
I was not in the bathroom really long enough to get
How
my
would that
done on the Crow Country, but I don't know. It was like it's only like 5.5
I'll
hours
say it's
long.
not very long, I'm told. Like I feel like you can complete it in like 10 hours, I think I saw. Like if you want to
I got all
get
but 2
every-
achievements in one playthrough. So
There you go.
I think to get an S rank, there's like a fortune telling machine that gives you hints, but I didn't really realize what that was at first. So I did it once, and then I think that's why I didn't get the S rank. But if I had, I think I would have gotten all the achievements in my first playthrough. So,
Nice.
there were two secrets that I had to look up though. But there is an in-game. There's like one of the secrets is a map that tells you where all the other secrets are.
Oh, the irony.
I mean, that seems like a good secret.
Yeah, well, it marks them on your map. It doesn't tell you how to get them, and there was just like 2 puzzles I couldn't figure out.
Things are running out.
I know.
Couldn't figure out how to get the weight of an octopus.
You only have one leg.
Yeah. And then you have to knife up the octopus
Yep,
as it wraps the other legs around your head.
exactly.
But yeah, that was a nice, tight little survival horror
Retro
game.
horror kind of.
Yeah, I mean it is not scary at all. Like the vibes are good, but it isn't like Signalis or something like that. It's not. Signalis is fucking incredible. I still think about what was going on in that game from
never
time to
know.
time. Yeah.
Signalis was never like scary, but very.
It's
disquieting.
unsettling, yeah. That's disquieting is a perfect word for it.
But Crow Country has a similar combat system where you go into like an aim mode and then you can like laser point at things with your arm. like Buchanan Signalis, but it actually works a lot better in Crow Country. But I don't know. I think it's, I don't know what it is. It's like $20 or whatever.
Yeah, that sounds right.
If you like the original Resident Evil or like Ill Bleed or something like that, it's
People like Illbleed?
Fuck yeah, Illbleed rules, dude.
let's not get too carried away.
It's deeply
but-
silly, but it knows what
I
it
think
is.
Eric played a little bit too much Illbleed yesterday, if you know what I'm saying.
I hope he wasn't bleeding.
No, I didn't get that far.
Okay, that's good.
But anyway, yeah, I would recommend that game. I don't. It's not gonna. Like I said, it didn't. It's not like a game of the year type thing like Signalis, but I would,
So does the
Probably
nut
be in my
shot?
top 10.
Do we think
Good.
the nut shot bonus applies to my sword? Like if I stab them in the nuts, I also get an
it
extra
says,
second.
it says shoot,
Says
not
shoot.
stab.
It does
It also
say
says
shoot.
nut shot, not nut stab.
That's
But-
okay. Well,
And there appear to be.
I'm gonna take the boss killer then, I guess.
If I was making this game, I would have a nut shot and a nut
And
stab.
then that
but-
stab is separate bonuses. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, I finished the gold stakes on Balatro.
Oh wow.
Finally. I was killing it yesterday. At a
What was your? So that's on the new patch, then, huh?
double digits. Apparently, I get better at video games when that
Yeah,
happens.
right.
What was my build?
Gives you focus.
I had that, the baseball one
Yeah.
that gives 1 point, that makes all your uncommon jokers 1.5 mult. I
Yeah.
had that and like 4 uncommon mult. That was like the
Oh.
big combo.
Sure.
And then I had that one, the plan one, the expensive rare one that copies the leftmost joker ability.
The blueprint or the whichever.
Yeah.
There's
No, not blueprint.
the
but
other one. Yeah.
Yeah, blueprint is the one that
Brainstorm.
copies the ability to the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, brainstorm. Yeah, and so, but I mean, it was still pretty tight even then. And then I went back and played some on the basic stakes, and it was like definitely like taking the ankle weights off,
Right.
because it's just like there's so many penalties when you're in the hardest difficulty level with how faster the scores scale, and like you have to like there's like jokers sometimes are rental jokers. Like that was one of the changes that they made. So like you have to pay $3 per round to keep the joker in your hand. And then there's also, oh yeah, I mean normally a joker costs like somewhere between $3 and $10 total. So if you're playing 3 hands per, like I think you have to play like 24 rounds basically to get like finish a game. So it's like crazy expensive. And then sometimes the jokers will they're like time limited, so they only last for 5 rounds. And sometimes you get like a good joker that's both of those things, and it's like, yeah, it makes you, I mean, it forces you to like change your strategy a lot and stuff.
Isn't there
but-
there's also permanent jokers, right? Where you can like not get rid of it.
right? Yes.
Also, hi, Alex.
Oh, hi, Alex.
Also, hi, Alex. But yeah, I don't. It's good. Balatro. It's gonna be hard to find a game that beats that for my game of the year probably this year.
I thought
really
you
love
were
that
all
game.
in on Dragon's Dogma 2.
I mean, that game's fucking good too, but I will almost certainly have played more Balatro by the end of the year.
Yeah, Balatro has definitely taken up the most of my time so far. But I haven't even gotten. I think I stalled out on like Orange Steak. I haven't unlocked all the.
I
I haven't
gotten a
all
wing
the
of the
decks yet.
plasma deck yet. I haven't quite figured out how to. Cause that's such a weird deck. Because
I feel like
that
once-
deck,
I've heard that once you figure it out, though, it's like kind of broken.
probably, yeah. Because that deck takes like all of your malt and chips and then makes them equal instead of usually you have like super high malt and like kind of low chips. So it's just
Right.
like that flattening. I haven't really figured out how to exploit it yet, but I only played like 2 games with it because
I mean, that
I've been
feels
trying to
like-
beat the high stakes.
Because chips are always so much higher, generally speaking, that feels like you would just go hard on getting items that multiply your
More
chips.
chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They give you more chips rather than...
Also, probably small hands and re-trigger is probably good for that because
Oh, yeah.
cards give chips, right?
Yep.
But I only played a couple. I played 2 with that, and then I played 2 with the last deck, which is just like random. It's 52 random cards. I had 10 tens and only 2 face cards.
Nice.
I feel like you could do some good hands with that.
Yeah.
7
Well,
of
it's just
kind.
yes. Well, 5 of kind is your max. I don't think
well,
there's a
flush
joker
5.
that lets you play more than
No,
5
no.
cards.
Flush 5 is the best hand, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
I
Yeah.
think it's flush house, 5 of a kind,
Flush
and then
5.
flush
Isn't
5.
there Flush 5 too? Yeah, I think
there-
that might be the best
no,
one.
Flush 5 is the best one. This one.
So I'm having a little bit of trouble following what's happening on the screen here. When you take damage, does it reduce your time?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Everything is time.
pretty
Damage
fun,
is
fun.
time, and killing enemies gives me more time.
I like the fake Twitch chat. I just now noticed
Mm-hmm.
that.
I thought he was gonna.
Time to do that.
I thought he was gonna say I'm all out of soda, but
He's got both of those things,
he
I
does.
guess.
Yeah.
Well, also yesterday I spent a bunch of time going through my Humble account and adding all the games that I never added to Steam.
Okay.
That sounds
Literally all of them?
extremely tedious.
Yeah, literally all of them.
How many hours
Um,
did that take?
Well, I haven't finished yet. I have like 15 pages of things in the library there from
Well,
like
'cause
How
you
many
were.
of those pages have... How many of those items have 6 items inside them?
well, it's like each you can make it so it just gives you a list of all the codes that you have.
Know which one to pick.
But the thing I was gonna say
I was
is
gonna
that
ask Alex, but I mean, this is the.
Know which one
Yeah.
to
Okay.
pick.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Thank you for doing the right thing.
Yeah.
uh-oh.
No, it's boss time.
Joy.
But anything, the thing I wanted to point out about that is, did you guys know that after you add somewhere between 45 and 50 Steam codes to your Steam account, Steam's like, what? Something weird is going on here. And then forces you to wait an hour before you can add any more things so that they can like authenticate that you're not like I guess I don't
bot?
really know exactly what they're trying. Yeah, it's got to be that, but I didn't know that. But I did add like 120 games to my Steam account.
Were any of them games that you're interested in?
That's some.
Because usually I strip those ones out right away from my humble purchases, and all the rest is this like pile of chaff that I'm never gonna play.
Yeah. I did get there was a recent Humble Bundle choice thing that had Hi-Fi Rush and Ghostwire Tokyo. And so those I plan to play. I don't know. Crystal Protocol's in there. I might check that out at some point. I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever actually play any of these things.
I got pretty meta, Joe.
Did get a little.
Aliens Fireteam Elite. I own that now.
Which one is that? Did we play that?
I think
Played
so.
that for like one day. Didn't we do like 2
I know.
missions?
It was
It's
on
Game
the.
Pass.
It was on Game Pass.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Windjammer Sue. We can play some of that.
Well, yeah.
I have that. Yeah, we should play that. That's good.
Fallout
I guess I
76.
didn't realize that there were going to be like different areas that you can go. It's like
Mhm.
rogue-like, but each time you finish a world, you open up like another world stage.
Yeah, seems that way.
My gosh.
Tamagotchi. Also, I've been making a list of all the games that I have like duplicates of.
Oh boy, that also
So-
seems like a kind of. A
Well,
pain in the
it's
ass.
actually some pretty. It's mostly good ones because I only kind of buy really good stuff on Steam. So it's like I have an extra code for like Disco Elysium and um like Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. I forget. There's some other. It's mostly like that's all pretty good stuff because it's all stuff that I've already bought. Which I don't know. I'll give you guys first dibs on any of that stuff, and then anything I can't get rid of, I'll see if maybe I'll just like post a JPEG on the Nextlander Discord. Excavation of Hop's Barrow, which is a fun little adventure horror game.
Kind of neat, yeah.
Yeah. Got one for the Pale Beyond, which is like a weird horror survival, like,
That's the Arctic ship.
yes,
captain, right?
yes, it's like the Terror, when it's like resource management, Arctic horror thing. That was pretty good. I liked that quite a bit last year.
I remember you saying you like that.
That Witcher Thronebreaker game. Whatever.
What is that?
It's like
It's like
Witcher
a-
themed map exploration.
It's
Imagine
Gwent-
Heroes of
Gwent
Might.
with
Yeah,
a
like it's like
story
Heroes of
mode
Might and
attached.
Magic, like map exploration, but you play
Oh,
Gwent
yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
like strategic battles.
I didn't really enjoy Gwent in The Witcher 3.
I mean,
You enjoy
didn't
Gwent.
I say people?
I liked Gwent fine. I liked that game quite a bit. I think Anthony
I liked
played through
Gwent
it.
In,
Yeah, Anthony played it. I've played it.
It's
I
pretty
haven't
good.
finished It, but
I like
I thought it was good, but I liked
Final
Gwent.
Fantasy VII.
Triad.
I heard it's kind of the best part of that game.
I mean, I haven't played it in a while, but yeah, like it was really, I was like, anytime you'd go to a new town, it'd be like, you have more Queen's Blood opponents. I was like, oh, fuck yeah.
Well, given that that game has a million bad mini games in it, like way more than even
Oh,
the
fuck.
original Seven
Shoot that
did.
turret, Joe. Just ran right by it.
Yeah,
shoot
I
that
was gonna
turret.
kick that dude into that fan because environmental kills give you more time than regular ones.
I do kind of wish that this game was like, I mean, I understand why it's like it is, but kicking dudes into environmental kills just really makes me want to play
Bulletstorm.
Bulletstorm. Yeah, like that game did that shit right. I mean,
Jesus.
that's a hard thing to do in
Yeah.
3D.
I mean, that game was also.
So I don't know that you could like structurally make that proc gen in the way that you can this, but
Yeah,
but also, goddamn, that game was fucking fun.
the game was super fun.
Sure was, Dick Tits.
Hey, who asked your opinion, Butterdick?
I want to play Bulletstorm.
Buy me Bulletstorm and go live.
I thought I'd come, but I don't mind.
I don't know. I don't own Bulletstorm. Is that on Steam or is that? do
I
have
think
to
it
get
is.
my
Yeah, they
Xbox
re-released
out?
it. No, I think they re-released it recently.
Probably just get my Xbox out, I guess.
Storm Full Clip Edition.
$40.
Yeah.
I bet that one goes on sale for cheap during the
It
big
doesn't look as
sales.
fun with a gun. You know what I mean?
Sure. You can still kick guys.
Yeah. Joe started kicking guys.
So, Mike,
Yes.
tell me about beating the Pantheon.
Not just
Yeah.
any Pantheon, Joe. The Pantheon of Hollow Nest.
How was that?
All right.
This has been a long time coming. Let me tell you, I just after doing this, I checked my stat page on my Switch, and I have about 200 hours invested in Hollow Knight on the Switch, and that does not include the first time I finished the game, which was probably another 40 hours on PC, plus one or two other clears somewhere along the way. But yeah, I mean, if you haven't picked up Hollow Knight in a long time, they added at the end of the game basically like a kind of boss rush zone. Where you can fight all the bosses in the game, and there's a couple of new, pretty cool bosses mixed in there as well, like that only exist in that area. And there's also some remixed versions of bosses that are like, okay, well, it's this boss, but we made it harder. Like the big one would be the Mantis Lords, which everyone remembers as being kind of the real roadblock in the early part of the
Yes.
game, where
Yes.
you have to fight like these two mantises at the same time. Well, in the Pantheon, you fight the Sisters of Battle, which is the same fight, except all three are attacking you at the same time, and it is kind of nuts, but also very cool. Anyway, the boss rushes are divided up into pantheons, or like groups of 10 bosses, and the last boss in each group is an original thing that you haven't seen anywhere else, basically. Either
do not fight.
either it's like a brand new boss that was added for the DLC, or else it's like a super hard version of a boss that you've already fought somewhere else. And so doing that's tough. Once you've gone through the first 4 pantheons, you unlock the ability to do the Pantheon of Hollow Nest, which is basically the ultimate boss rush of the game, where you have to fight all 42, I think, if I don't miss my mark, 42 bosses in the game consecutively. And when you get to the end of that, there's a new super version of the Radiance called Absolute Radiance that is very hard. And the biggest problem is that, you know, the first time you get there, it's already so much work just to get to the end of the Pantheon of Hollow Nest, and then you get this new super version of a boss that you have basically no hope in hell of beating. But then you can go and practice, because once you met the Absolute Radiance, you unlock the ability to just kind of give it as many tries as you want in the practice.
Kill that guy.
But you still got to beat every boss in the game in a row if you want
Fuck.
to finish the Pantheon of Hollow Nest. So it took a while.
And you like can you like farm E-tanks? Get your
There are
health.
no
up.
E-tanks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the only thing you can do is if you finish the lesser pantheons with like extra challenge mode, like, you know, you can limit yourself to just a few health, or make your, like, you know, your nail is weak or your spells are weak. You can unlock the ability to get some of those like temporary masks, the blue ones that if you get hit once they go away. But I didn't do that because I didn't really think it was going to solve the problem, which is the real problem gets to be the very, very end, where you have to fight like the 6 hardest bosses of the game back to back, and yeah, that's pretty brutal. It was pretty brutal. Even with a lot of practicing, I think it was the 3rd time that I made it all the way to the end that I managed to win. And there were a lot of failed runs along the way. So very happy to have that done. You actually get like a different ending to the game if you do this, which is cool, although maybe not good as endings go. Like, it kind of seems like some of the stuff that's happening in there is maybe not great. It's not very clear. But yeah, I finally did it. I have completed there's not like no challenges left in Hollow Knight, but I have completed basically every challenge in the game. So it's time for them
It's
to
like
release Silksong.
you sped run that game, right?
I did the achievement speed run, but that's not much of a speed run. It's like
That's not
finish,
a real.
well, it's like
not for a
finish the
guy
game
like
in under 5 hours for the basic
Yeah.
ending, but the speed run of the game is like half an hour. So pretty big difference between what they ask you
Yeah.
to do and an actual
Yeah, I
speed run.
Just as a
I'm-
guy who doesn't really like speedrunning, I'm like, I don't know, man. I think that's fine.
Spend hot money now.
But I was pretty happy when I got the sub 5 hours the first time.
Pretty good. I mean,
I
that's
don't
a
really-
game that's like 30 hours the first time you play it. So
Maybe a little less than that if you're just going for the bad ending.
I got the bad ending in 23 hours according to Steam. So
I was gonna say I got the good ending, and it definitely took me closer to 35 than.
I have 33.1 hours on it, and I was like, I don't want to go fight the Radiants because I want to beat, what's his name, like Grim or whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
Nightmare King
and,
Grim.
Nightmare King Grim.
And like, I was doing that, and then I never finished it because something else came out, and then I just never went back to it.
Nightmare
Yeah,
King
that's
Grim
kinda
was
what
like a
happened to me.
difficult Souls boss kind of grind for me. I think it took 4 hours
I never even.
before I finally got a win, and now we win that fight basically every single time.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. I just like, literally, I was like, oh, something came out, and then like, I'll come back. It was one of those, like, I'll come back to this, and then I just did.
Well,
But so yeah,
I mean,
probably would have been like 35 hours, but I did like everything you could do, like on the first playthrough.
on one play. Yeah, I mean, I finished the long version of the game, you know, getting like the quote-unquote good ending at least a dozen times. You know, my son loves Hollow Knight. I think at this point it's probably my favorite game, and so we've just, you know, we've gone through it a whole bunch of times. So you could definitely beat the Pantheon of Hollow Nest with, you know, spending less than 200 hours on the game if you were to just focus on practicing the bosses and stuff. But
I heard that there's a sequel. Is that right?
nope, it is not right. Actually, it is what's the opposite of right?
Wrong.
Correct.
It is the thing that will never exist.
I mean,
They should
it'll
think
come out
about doing
sometime.
that.
Say.
I mean, it
Team
took what?
Cherry
It
should
was
think
like
about making a second
it was
game.
like 7 years, right, from the.
Hollow Knight was their
From the-
second game, Alex.
What was their first game?
I forgot what it's called. It's like a.
Literally, the reason why I said that is because the trailer for Hollow Knight says Team Cherry's second game, and I was like, oh, okay.
Does it?
Yeah, it does.
No, I find that so funny.
Silk Song. Boop. Silk Song was announced 5 years
Like
ago.
the first game they made is like, isn't it like a Flash game or something though?
Yeah,
It's like,
that sounds at
Yeah,
least
so Alien
possible.
Hominid.
I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't say that was bad. I'm just
Hollow
saying,
Knight was
like,
7,
I mean, just remember, the people who made Don't Shit Your Pants went on to make Rogue Legacy, so.
and just remember, Rogue Legacy is, I don't know, okay?
that game was really fucking good when it came out.
Yeah, I didn't love the first one. The second one's pretty good.
Yeah, the second one. I need to actually kind of feel like I need to go back to the second one and play some more of it.
There's actually a lot more to the second one than I realized.
Yeah,
I was watching a streamer playing the second one, and like there's a whole post-game story stuff. Keep playing, and more stuff happens.
You know what I played earlier and I haven't played in a while?
What's that?
Dragon's Dogma 2. Eric,
Yeah.
specifically, you know what's good?
That game's pretty good.
I was like, I don't know if I'm really feeling this. Anyway, I'm just gonna go wander over this way and then like do that for a few minutes, and then I was like, hey, what time is it? The boys are probably getting on the Discord pretty soon. And I was like, it's like 6:50, and I was like, oh shit.
It's very easy to do that. And that, I mean, that's like the only good thing in that game is just like
Yeah, it's
wandering
just-
in the wilderness.
What about
and
ladders?
ladders? Are
Found a
good
ladder.
too. Oh, you
And
did?
Zangief
That was probably
like,
very
"Master,
exciting.
It's a ladder. Do you want to go up the ladder? And it's like,
Does it
no,
lead to
dude.
adventure?
You know what I did? I went to.
Is
I
it there for a
accidentally-
reason?
What's that? Yeah, there's
Is it
always
there for a
to.
reason?
Yes, absolutely. I went into an area I'd been to before by accident, and then I found like a whole little side area that I missed. You know what I mean? And then that led to like a little cave, and I found a bunch of little things. I was like, cool. It was fun. I leveled up.
That's Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah, it's good.
And then you have
I've
to
heard
do
it
the
just
quests.
described as being
It's
like a mile
up-
deep and a mile wide and an inch deep.
a little bit.
Yeah,
I
feel
think
that.
the combat has enough like nuance to it to be a little bit deeper than that, but
But you're not really
think
playing
the
it for
combat's
like a
pretty
big
shallow,
world-spanning
actually.
story or anything.
no.
No. I also found
That was close.
not
It's
one
close.
but two people who looked exactly like me, but just wearing different clothes, and I was like, oh. I also forgot that my companion was Mr. Beef. He was a real find. I was glad I ran into him on the side of the
Mr. Beat? Beef. Oh, okay.
It's just. Oh, you got two guns.
Fuck
Kimbo
yeah.
Soda.
Delicious, delicious akimbo soda.
Okay, so I can't help but notice you're only dashing when you need to over the acid instead of just all the time constantly. Maybe
I like
It
how
does need
Alex
video
coaches
games.
me even in video games he hasn't played. It's
yeah,
I mean, you have a dash, so
you have a dash.
This is
so maybe
the
you should
service
just-
that Alex provides.
yeah.
have you tried not getting hit?
I didn't say that. I said he's.
He thought it.
I thought it. No. I mean, it seems like this game you just kind of get hit. But hey, you know what? You know what?
yeah, you just
is
kind of
hard to
get hit.
You know what's hard to hit?
What's that?
A moving target.
Yeah,
Like,
but I'm
you're
moving
dashing,
directly into their fucking faces because I want to
But
kick
you're
them.
not shooting. Like some of them are to
They're
your sides and
stupid
stuff.
robot faces.
You're probably gonna get hit anyways.
Oh, their faces are so stupid. But the robots make me so mad.
What does it make you especially mad that they're robillionaires?
Oh, the
I don't think all of them are robillionaires.
You can't even eat these, Rich.
Right? They're not.
I think only the bosses are the robillionaires.
Yeah, they're protected.
They're protecting the robillionaires.
I don't. Did you finish Animal Well
Ooh.
yet, Kurt?
I have rolled credits on it.
Okay.
That does not mean I am done.
Yeah, it seems like you have to beat it like a couple of times, maybe.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's one of those
Find all
games
the
where
Played
it's
eggs.
Animal
like-
Well.
How you liking it?
It's really good so far.
Is it? It's on my Steam
really
Deck.
good
I'm waiting.
vibes.
I played it when I was in New York on my Steam Deck all week, so
Yeah.
it works very well.
Well, my understanding is it's one of those games where you roll credits in like sub 10 hours, but then you play it for like
Another 30 or something.
yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, if it's
No,
like Tunic
I
or
don't think
Fez,
it's
you then
that
just
long.
spend the next 30 hours staring at it and swearing.
Not too much of a spoilers, but yes, it is like Tunic and Fez. So
I heard it's like
I mean,
Fez without as much of the combat, like the combat, minus the combat stuff in Fez. Or not Fez, Tunic.
I was gonna say there's
Which-
combat
That's-
stuff in Fez.
That's
like,
good. Yeah.
There is not combat stuff, generally speaking.
I mean, on a
Robillionaire
moment-to-moment
killed.
basis right now, it's nothing like Tunic.
Yes. I think the
You got a knife with an eyeball.
Yeah, because I gouged that motherfucker's eye out. He deserved it.
comparison is very loose.
It's just you just say those. You say there's a certain list of games that you say when you want to imply something about a game without spoiling
Right.
stuff. You go, it's Tunic or Fez or The Witness or
Yeah.
the best of all those. This
There's
one
more
called
to it
Void
than it
Stranger.
seems.
I mean, what I can say about it is that it looks really good. It's got like a really cool
Is it
pixel art style.
Frog
It
Fractions
uses,
4?
That's what you find out on the 5th completion.
Okay.
Joe, I'm really disappointed. 7 nut shots only.
No,
Come on,
yeah, I know.
it's okay.
I mean, they only got 2
We're still
nuts. So when
learning.
you think
Mercy,
about it,
that's right.
So 14 's still pretty low. You see how many guys Joe killed?
That's true.
Oh, also
Isn't
there's a bunch of
Inscription?
Hades, too.
Inscription is one of those too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sure. You played more Hades too.
I played more Hades too.
Nice.
We played
Yeah,
more
that's
Hades
true. You-
also, or you played
How many
more
players down
Hades
on it
2
last
also?
time?
It's pretty fucking good.
How many bosses have
Hey,
you
hey, you like
gotten
Hades?
through? I do like Hades.
I liked Hades.
I got
a
to
lot.
this. I got to the second boss, but
Okay,
I
I
haven't
have
beaten
not
him
gotten
yet.
to the second boss, but
do you think they could have called it Hades TOO?
the
Yes.
the second area.
Just like
is
Gallagher.
kind of
Just like Gallagher's
They could
brother.
have. Yeah, they could have called it Hades. Look who's
Hades is-
Hades now. Yeah. No, it's
who's
good.
Hadesing now.
It's. I mean, it's literally just Hades, but more of that. So
This one's Hadier, and the next one will be Hadiest.
yeah. Look who's Hades now will be the third one.
Is that what you say before you saw your own hand off?
Right.
Don't hate the haters, hate the game.
15 gods and a little lady will be the sequel.
That's not bad.
I don't know. I mean, that game's real good on Steam Deck. I always wanted to play the first one. I never bought it on Steam because they had it on. I bought the early access on Epic Game Store. So
Yeah.
I've
But-
tried not. I've never been like the biggest hater of the Epic Game Store, but I really can't help but feel like they're just a total also ran at this point.
yeah,
I'm kind of like I'm about to buy Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, and it's only on Epic on PC, and I'm almost a little hesitant. It's like, is this store still going to exist in 5 years?
I mean, Epic has all of the money, so
Yeah,
I mean,
but
well, I
they-
guess
like,
Valve
feel
has
like they
all
could
of
just
the
get
money, but-
bored. They could just get bored
Mhm.
with distributing PC games and just
Right.
like, you know what, we just make all the money from Fortnite. Who cares?
we're not. Yeah,
But they
I-
do
Yeah, that's a
Fortnite
good
through
point.
that.
They
It's
could have
true.
just the Fortnite launcher.
They could, but they already built this other infrastructure, and then like probably not too hard to like keep doing that.
Look, man, I'm doomsaying here.
I know.
right. I mean, listen,
Stop
like
it.
Google doesn't have to shut down all the things that Google shuts down, but they still shut
That's
down
true.
other shit all the time. So
Google Reader dying like ended up killing the entire world.
right.
There's a really
I
good
mean,
article
you
about
can
that
s-
that I still haven't finished because it was very very long. But now I'm
There was
trying to
actually-
On
there
Google
was-
Reader.
There's actually a really good recent episode of the Tech Pod with Brad and Will. This is Brad Shoemaker and Will Smith of Giant Bomb and
the Fresh
Whiskey
Prince
Media,
or the
et
former
cetera.
Major League
Fresh Prince.
pitcher.
the executable guy, the executable guy. Sorry,
I pronounced it the same way. He's right.
it's fine. It's fine. But they had a guest on who was like who has gotten back into RSS feeds and was going over like how to make RSS stuff work in
Oh,
in
man.
2024.
I never
And
left it.
And he was like, the thing that he was saying is that there's actually like a lot of websites that have like paywalls or like
Yeah, but you can read
Or
the
like-
whole article
no,
on the
like New York-
RSS feed.
Right, exactly. So like a lot of the websites will be like, oh, you looked at 5 articles this month. Now you have to pay or make an account or whatever. But if you have the RSS feed, which still exists for all these websites, you could just
Mm-hmm.
read most of that shit. But it's harder to do now than it used to be because
Yeah, I switched to Feedly when Google Reader died because I like depended pretty heavily
Mm-hmm.
on RSS feeds, and I still there's like a widget on my Android screen that gives me like I don't know how it decides what the top articles are. But
I think
yeah, it's
that was
still-
one of the ones that he mentioned.
That's
He-
the one
he-
that I feel
he
like
brought up a couple of different ones.
yeah. But yeah, I like it.
Is I mean,
Uh-huh.
the problem is just that like because of how the world works now, like there aren't websites anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
there's
there
nobody-
kind of is like a. There is though. There's like been a move back towards blogs and stuff, but it's just you have to have somebody to help you like find that stuff and curate it.
Yeah, like I have like the most recent stuff I've added is like the new. Okay, there's 2 of them that are like blogs from people who used to be at bigger.
Explosive barrels will spawn into the most convenient places.
What's the one from like Gita Jackson and a bunch of the ex Kotaku people? I forgot what that
Yeah, I
Aftermath.
don't know what it's called.
Yeah, Aftermath. I think. Yeah, I saw they
Right.
have an RSS
There's actually
feed.
like a million of websites that are like
Yeah.
that actually.
And
yeah.
404 Media, which is a bunch of people who used to be at Wired
Yeah, there's
question
another
mark?
pretty good one that a bunch
Or
of
Vice, maybe?
Game Informer people made.
Huh, okay. What's that one called?
I don't remember. This is why I need to set up an RSS thing so I can put all these websites into a place where I'll actually look at them.
It's not Andy McNamara finally like went into the game industry though proper, right? Like,
Yeah.
That was, so it's other people that used to be. Yeah, if you remember though, you should.
extra second enviro kill bonus.
Yeah, but also shotgun. Shotgun.
Yeah, well, so there is MinMax, but that's all podcasts. But that's a lot of X. But there's another one that I can't remember what the fuck it's called.
So, if I remember when we did the stream of Stream Next Fest stuff, we talked about how this game's like the price point was going to be like the thing about this game, and I feel like this game is absolutely worth $20, which is on sale right now because it's new, so it's only $18. Definitely worth that.
I'm such a sucker for that little like 10% off first week kind of thing.
Yeah. I actually didn't buy Children of the Sun this week because it didn't have that, but now there's like the big Devolver sale. I think ends tonight. Since it's a Devolver game, it was.
I think it is
included in
on
that.
sale for that though. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like 10% off, but that one didn't have a like, hey, it's new, it's out now, here's 10% off. So I was like, oh, okay, well, that's kind of weird. And I was in the middle of playing Contra or whatever when it came out. Oh fuck! Oh god! Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, that's on sale for $12 right now.
Yeah, I bought that one when I bought this because they were both on sale, and I had some credit in my Steam account.
I might grab that and wait on this. I don't know. There's so many games.
This seems fine. It
Upper
seems
Grinder is also
fine.
on sale for $12.
Yeah, because that's also part of the Devolver sale.
Talos Principles 40% off, or the second one.
I would say some of their older games are on like super deep
Yeah.
discount. Like if you've never played Broforce, it's like $2. And that game is like
Mick Pixel 3 is $2. Highly recommend that.
yeah.
Yep.
If you
Although I
just like
think
if
actually,
you just need some silliness in your life from time to time.
Eric, I
that
think
game's
you
incredibly
mean
silly.
I think you mean MacPixel 3.
Exactly. Yes. Let's see. Inscription's 10. Death's
Yeah,
Door is
Inscription
5.
is worth 10 for sure.
I picked up Death's Door. I like that game.
Yeah, that game's good.
It was cheap enough that I thought I should buy a copy.
That's
Everybody wants to
like-
be a Crow Reaper.
That game is like just a few steps behind Hades in terms of like overhead perspective action games.
Where does Binding of Isaac fall in that?
I mean,
Pretty different.
it's pretty different. It's because it doesn't
Binding
feel
of Isaac's
as
not a
good
very
to play
kinetic
as.
game.
Yeah.
Actually, I've
Or
had
the
the like upgraded version, the like 16-bitified one on my wish list forever, and I've only ever played the original release of Binding of Isaac.
Yeah.
Never played the
I mean, it
updated
gets
version.
like subsequent versions are more like immediately fun to play. Because that first one was, I mean, you can still only move in the cardinal directions, kind of.
No, you could move diagonally, but you could only shoot in the cardinal direction.
Right.
I think
Yes,
that's still true in the
it is. Yeah.
pixel art version.
It feels better on a controller. Like the original version of that game
Oh, it was like
was
keyboard
very
only. I
meant-
think.
Yeah, it was very much like just a keyboard thing, and
If
then
you wanted to play it with the joystick, you needed to install JoyKey or something.
right, and then it felt like shit. But the subsequent versions of that have made controller support better.
And I love that game, but I've never played the Rebirth or whatever the pixely one is, because I just
Or
can't bring myself.
Afterbirth. Yeah.
Well, that's the one of the add-ons, I think.
Yeah.
I can't bring myself to get over the hump of the art style again. I did that once, and then I'm no longer desensitized, and I just like I can't do it.
Everybody's a stinky poo-poo, and everybody's like, there's blood, and there's poop in the blood, and blood in the.
And
That's
it was worth it because the game was incredible, but
No.
man,
I don't know.
I get enough of that at my job. I don't need I don't need to do that in my free time. I'm a
Fair
nurse.
enough.
I don't like do anything. For those who don't know, okay, thanks.
Fair enough.
that's what we're always saying about nurses. They don't do anything.
Fuck you. Just saying that.
You just said that.
Yeah, you're the one who said it.
I don't want people to think that I'm like a murderer. And, like whatever. You know,
Well,
that's
you are
our
that
stuff.
too.
Freak.
Murderers do stuff.
Right? There's no
They
law
murder.
that says you can't be a nurse and a murderer.
That's there
In
is
fact-
actually.
There are several
In
laws.
fact, as
Yeah.
a nurse, it would be much easier to be a
There
murderer,
was a
almost than
nurse
any other
in,
profession,
like,
actually.
There was like a nurse in Philadelphia or somewhere,
Uh huh.
Pennsylvania.
Was she born and raised?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And who just recently went to jail because she confessed to like killing a bunch of patients.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Like a horrible thing that happened. Yeah.
There's been a few of those, hasn't there?
This is why the doctors
Over the
have that
course of
thing.
history,
Yeah.
Sure.
That's what I'm
but-
saying. So we don't know if you're a murderer or not.
Yes.
I think this might be a robot.
It's possible. I did not cheer for
Oh,
that.
shit,
I
topical.
did not cheer for that.
Yeah, that's what I like about this game is the deep social commentary.
Yeah.
Got him. Uh-oh. Escape sequence?
Bomb.
Those were my favorite sunglasses, you son of a bitch.
Sure, he's got it. Fair.
Oh, the imagery is getting a little intense.
Hmm. I'm sorry, Joe, but our captive anime lady is in a different
The influencer princess is in another castle.
castle.
You need compensation for this trouble. We have a one-time only offer on our store right now.
Sword shooting or
Thanks for the purchase.
Well, also, Joe and I re-rolled the first stage of Risk of Rain 2 for like a half an hour the other night so we could play the new level.
It's the most Roger Dean of all the.
It's pretty fucking good.
Really?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, yeah, that's saying something in that game, right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I thought it would be a later level. I
Is it
didn't
worth the
know it was
rerolls?
first level.
Yeah, it's good. It's a really good level. It makes me more optimistic about the new Risk of
handover.
Rain 2 DLC stuff coming from not the Hopo guys.
Yeah.
That's good.
Now you're doing it the right way, Joe. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Thank you for understanding how this game works. Jesus. We'll shoot him in the head. That's it. That's
Wrong head.
well, the nuts are also the wrong head.
Yeah,
Do we
you
know
gotta
if
ro-
robots have dicks?
You gotta RoboCop these
They're certainly acting like it.
You're about
I have to assume
get
that
shot.
these ones
You're
do
about
at
to
the
get
very
shot.
least.
Can you duck?
You goose. It's a twist that you're going to become a robot.
I don't know.
Everyone likes a hero. Watching the heroes fall, though. Oh, they like that even more.
Oh shit, is this game like tuning? Or Fez?
Product to be
I thought about bringing that up earlier.
2 seconds of entertainment in a constant stream of
No, it's actually like The Witness.
if you live or die.
He's like a bullet.
Yes.
And what are you doing this for again? A stupid pair of shoes? I don't blame you. Many robots would do the same to cover their brilliant metal bodies with skin. They engineer needs we do not have in order to enslave us as consumers. This cycle, though, will end. Our AI supercomputers are scouring the internet for all known magic.
Not where I was expecting this to go.
Yeah, same.
No.
We are dropping your princess's virgin blood in all of them.
Oh man.
Prove for once and for all. If any other
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
have millions of chances to summon who knows what
I love summoning who knows what.
This is the cover of some post black metal record.
Yes.
And if nobody comes, will your 10 seconds of nonsense be enough to distract you from ultimate despair?
Raiders' new album's weird.
I don't know, man. You look pretty dead.
Shoulder Lord.
Oh, it's from Mullet, right? Okay.
There, 11 nut shots. Is that better?
Yeah.
Not enough,
It's,
but it's
it's
better.
not better.
I mean,
It's
it is
better, but it's not
It's
good.
not enough,
Yeah.
but it's better.
Shoulder Lord is very good, though.
Plot armor.
Wow, that's kind of heavy. Let's go to the commercial. We'll be back in a moment. Sir, we need him. The audience loves this.
Oh, they're gonna Mass Effect 2 your ass?
Resurrection Wizard, now!
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Gotta be
I
the
take
shoes.
I take it back. Balatro is no longer the game of the year.
Does that game have a
Until
brain
unless there's
resurrection
a-
wizard?
Unless there's a brain resurrection wizard Joker coming down the pipe.
Or a nutshot Joker. Jesus. Yeah, that's one way of describing it.
Homo media species.
Watch all the TVs.
Good boy. 90s radical. I was not expecting this to go like
This is not a sewer level.
it's like some Danganronpa shit.
Yeah. So I said this game is like Tunic and Fez and all that shit after all.
Jawskilla 3D.
Jawskilla 3D. That's good, yeah. Octofu. Like, look at that again, please. Thank you. Okay, now I get it. It's fucking good. Don't try and weigh that octopus. Edgy the Hound Dog.
Yeah, that was there. So.
Box full of sadness.
That game. What's this game? Latro. That is Fist of the North Star, but with a gun.
Militarette. Some hallucinations. Go to the door that leads to the dark path.
You must know how to use the 3 seashells.
Yep. Can't we just do it the old-fashioned way, etc., etc.?
I'm tuned.
Only pack what you can carry.
Double jump, baby.
Oh yeah. All the best games have a double jump.
It's the time to double jump in this game. Find out.
About an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Or not, maybe like about an hour, really, because we didn't start till late.
Oh God! Oh Jesus!
Okay, so this is different now.
Apparently, one playthrough of this takes 2 to 6 hours.
Takes how many?
3 to 6. But obviously, the idea is to beat it.
So is this like Area 1 again?
No, I'm back on the 40th floor again. So, fuck.
You have a special app just for corpses.
Yeah, we've been going for what?
A little over an hour?
A little over an hour, yeah. Yeah, hour and 2 minutes. All right, I'm gonna give it one more. Either finish this stage or lose another life, and I'm gonna call it a stream for this week.
That's good, because I'm getting tired.
Yep.
I'm excited because I do have a couch now, so
Nice.
Nice.
Couches are good.
yeah, couches are good. Might have to reorganize the way I have stuff arranged. Might be a little too close to the TV.
Now
4
that
to
guy
6
was too
green
close to
lights.
the TV.
I was watching the end of Inside Man
Nice.
a good
and
movie.
feeling a little bit like I was in like too close to the movie screen. So I have to get a little bit more space. Also, Inside Man fucking rules.
Yep.
That way they shrink you down to the size of like a blood cell, and you...
No, that's inner space.
Yeah. I mean, that also-
2006 American crime thriller film directed by Spike Lee and
Yep.
written by Russell Gurwitz.
That's the
Mhm.
one.
Have you not seen Inside Man?
According to Wikipedia, it
It
centers on
fucking
an elaborate
rules.
bank heist turned hostage situation on Wall
Yeah.
Street, which
Don't read
I can
anymore
see-
if you think you might be interested
Yeah,
in watching
you
it.
should not spoil yourself on it. It's really good though.
It's good even if it's like the usual
that's true.
suspects in that way. Like
I was
it's a
gonna say,
good
it
heist
sounds like
movie
a
even
heist.
if you know how. Yeah, but there's also like a puzzle box kind of thing about it, about how the heist works or like
Right. Why they're
he's
why
doing
they're
those
robbing that
heists
bank
in the first place. Yeah. It's like probably my second or third favorite Spike Lee movie.
Yeah.
I'd say yeah, probably second, just behind Do the Right Thing.
I say
Yeah.
that's feels like maybe the obvious answer, but also maybe the correct one. So
There's
I-
a reason it's the
I
obvious
think
answer.
do the right thing is maybe it's like that's probably it's at least one of my top 3 movies of all time, if not the best movie I've ever seen. I think it's really good.
Mhm.
Railgun?
Yeah, that sounds
I
good.
was enjoying the
Gotta have it
Railgun.
to
I've-
you can have it to blow
I
the
would say
armor
I
off
had
the,
it. Yeah.
the Chargers. Oh, this is the railgun. Okay, I guess I didn't realize that that was the railgun. 'Cause you had 2 of these earlier.
I did. Well, that was what the Akimbo soda gave me.
Yeah.
Which I don't have on this stage. Because your power-ups reset after every 10 floors.
I'm glad that game exists and gave us that gift.
Isn't there an NES version coming out? Or is it, maybe it is out?
I think it's out, isn't it? You could buy a cart, like an actual cart.
Yeah. I thought the carts were a pre-order, though. Well, it's not Soda Drinker Pro, it's Soda Drinker NES.
Yeah. You probably can't get the carts anymore, but you could for, I think it was, was that last year, Joe? You
I think it
remember?
was last year, yeah.
Soda
There's
Drinker
nothing
Pro
to you.
NES physical pre-orders open December 15th, so there's probably over by now.
Yeah, level 3 mini.
Oh no, you can still order it. They don't ship until November of this year, so. Oh no, it's sold out. Never mind.
Okay.
I don't think I really need
They
it.
sometimes redo them.
Do they?
I mean, also, I think you can just buy the ROM and, like, put it on, like, I could put it on my
Yeah.
EverDrive or whatever, play it in an emulator.
I should go and rewatch a bunch of Spike Lee movies.
Sounds like you've already started that process.
Well, I just watched like the last 40 minutes of.
Well, I mean, but that could be the beginning of
Yeah.
a process.
Beautiful friendship.
Yeah, that's right. I was gonna say that.
I rewatched a bunch when I was in Maine in 2021. I watched a bunch of Spike Lee movies.
25th Hour is a good one. I also read the book. that
25th
it
Hour
was
is fucking
based
great.
on.
I've never read that book, but I feel like it's been a little bit tough sledding.
I haven't seen the Old
2000s
Boy
for-
remake, but I heard it. I mean, I didn't hear great things
Yeah,
about
I didn't
it.
watch it either, but I've heard it's not that good. Yeah. I don't. Black Klansman and The Five Bloods were both.
Oh yeah,
pretty
Black
good.
Klansman
Black
is actually
Klansman
one
was
of
good. I didn't
his.
see
Yeah,
the
actually,
Bloods.
I didn't see Chirac. I didn't see the Five Bloods.
No.
I didn't play the NBA 2K game where he directed the story mode or whatever.
It's really bad in kind of a fun way.
Is it?
Yeah. Have you not seen the scene of your ghost friend?
No.
Special app just for corpses.
Oh, dude. So like part of the story is that you start out playing like on your high school team, and you're like not the best player on your team. There's another guy who's better, and then he gets killed in like a car accident, I think. And then there's scenes like throughout the rest of your career where like the ghost of your friend shows up to inspire you.
Wasn't there like a comedy movie about that, The Sixth Man or something in the 90s? With, like,
There is,
one
it's
of
a
the
Wayans
Wayans.
brothers
Yeah, I
movie.
was just
Yeah.
saying Wayans brothers. All right, so that's Mullet Mad Jack, or at least that's the first.
That is up there with Celtic Pride and that awful Whoopi Goldberg movie of like bad basketball themed comedies that came out in the 90s.
Where does Airbud rate in that?
Everybody's a documentary, dude.
There's no rule that says a dog can't play basketball.
Actually, I saw a thing today that just because of how shitty AI is, somebody asked Google's AI if a dog had ever played in the NBA, and it was like yes. So someone was like, yeah, dude, they made a movie about it. It's a documentary, and then of course it's a link to the Wikipedia page to Airbud.
Yeah, of course. Air up there. I spent a lot of time in the 90s trying to find basketball comedies that were as good as White Men Can't Jump, and as it turns out, they don't exist.
Yeah, well, that's because
Because there's only white men can't. There's only white men can't jump.
There's well, I mean, what was Love and Basketball with Denzel Washington, but that was not really a
Yeah,
comedy.
that's not a comedy
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
I mean, do you count
What about
basketball?
I was about to say,
Yeah.
what's the basketball equivalent of Slapshot?
I don't. I guess it's White Men Can't Jump. Really.
Yeah, I mean, it
Yes.
kind of is. Yeah.
Yeah, it totally is.
Teen Wolf.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. All right, so I'm gonna call it a night, but I like this a lot so far. This is I'm really happy that the boomer shooter has become a thing now, because I'm trying to remember. I guess what was even the first one of those? What was what?
Boom.
Doom.
No. Right. Sorry. The first one that we called a boomer shooter that was bringing
I don't
it,
call
brought
that
it
'cause
back
that's-
to
I hate. I fucking despise that term.
Yeah.
So I don't call
Serious-
any of them that.
Serious Sam or Painkiller. Those are your two options.
yeah, that, I guess.
Not
Serious
I mean,
because those are-
You know, it's
this
everything I
first
could do
wave.
the other day.
Those are
Yeah, neither of those games. Those games were like the second wave, and like the boomer shooter term, quote unquote, would be like the third wave of that style of game.
It
In my
was
mind,
like
they were all like the roguelike shooters that came out like starting maybe 12 years ago or something.
like what was
Yeah,
the
I
first, what
mean-
was the one that like because I mean Alex is right, but Serious Sam and Painkiller both were like early 2000s, right? They
Right,
weren't
that's why I
that
said
far
those are
removed,
like
yeah.
second wave
Yeah.
of those.
But I feel like the term and like the recent research
Boomer
there
shooter
being
is
a
like the last
whole
3 or
bunch of
4
them.
years.
Yeah.
A little
I've never
than
heard that till right now.
Oh really?
Yeah.
There's like a million of them.
I mean,
And also, I mean, it's just like they're just games that are like Quake. They're not even
Right.
games that are like Doom. Actually, they're like Quake games because you can aim.
When
Right.
did Devil Daggers come out?
I'll say Double Daggers kind of feels like it was one of the earlier
I don't know.
ones.
Stop.
Well, anyways, whether you like the term or not, I like the.
It's stupid.
I like the thing. Like this is not Call
It's
of
just bad
Duty.
because
This
the
is
boomers were the ones that tried to kill Doom.
so.
Like,
I didn't even like. I at first was like, "Is that making fun of basically us, elder millennials slash young Gen Xers that we liked this type of shooter?" But then I was like, "Well, no, because you just blow up a bunch of stuff in a really bombastic way." So I initially thought that the boomer thing was coincidental on the generational term, and the boom was just like it's chaotic and full of explosions
that's because
and blah blah blah. And I
young
think it-
people, everyone's a boomer or whatever.
yeah,
You're
anybody
thinking
who's
about it too
old,
hard.
quote
But it's just,
unquote,
I just
That's
don't
fair.
like the term. That's all.
But yeah, this is a good one of those, whatever you want to call it, however you want to refer to it. This is a fast-paced, arcade-style first-person shooter with a 80s anime aesthetic, and I like it. And I
Yeah,
think...
except arcade isn't good either because none of those games were in the fucking arcades.
Yes, I
What's an
understand
arcade?
that.
I'm 15 years old.
Arcades
What's
are
an
back.
arcade?
Arcades are back, Alex. You're clearly not... You're not a convincing 15-year-old because they would know what that is because they're back now. They're just full of like redemption games and shit instead of, actual
Yeah,
video games.
Also, Devil Daggers is 8 years old now.
Oh,
So
man. Well,
that
Hy-
game's-
I think that's when the boomer shooter started being tossed around
Yeah.
around then.
A Hyper Demon came out 2 years ago now, right? So yeah,
and I never played that.
Anyway,
it's like,
like-
what if Devil Daggers, but a little too much?
What was the paranautical one? What was it like Cthulhu, Maritime?
I don't.
shooter?
There's a ton of games that fall into that category.
I think that those games started coming out on the Xbox 360.
I mean, was
Maybe.
it maybe it was Bulletstorm? I don't know.
I think maybe Proteus was like the first like really big one where I heard that term thrown around a lot.
Yeah,
And that game came out 4 years ago, I guess.
yeah.
You guys can argue it till you're blue in the face,
No,
but I'm getting.
no. I'm gonna call it a stream. Good night, everybody. We'll be back next week with something else. Maybe Children of the Sun. Maybe more Helldivers. Who knows?